Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new World Tournament reward card, this TEQ GOTENKS. Now, it's a little bit disappointing how they decided to do this. I'll go over all the reasons why, right? So, the best World Tournament reward card, I think, is the SCR Goku Black. That was the last World Tournament reward card for JP, right? Because SCR Goku Black gives 20% attack and 10% defense to the Time Traveler category as well as the Future category, and they stack. So if a unit is on both categories, they get a full 40% buff. Well, a lot of those units overlap. Like, a lot of the Time Traveler units are on the Future category as well. So, like, you know, think of all the Vegito Blues, all the Goku Blacks, all the Zamasus, all those Trunkses. They're all on both categories, right? It's only Future Gohan himself that's not actually on both categories. Now, they made this GOTENKS exactly the same, like the same type of support type unit. But here's the thing. He is a youth category support type unit for 20% attack and 10% defense. And then a fusion category, 20% attack, 10% defense. All right, so there he is, just a shade under 700,000. I mean, that's decent, I guess. But, like, okay, so he gives the 20% to youth and then the 20% to the fusion categories. There's not a lot of overlap there. It's basically just the GOTENKS fusions. That's about it. Those are the only units that are on both youth and fusion, right? Now, sure, you know, Physical Super Saiyan 3 GOTENKS, Tech Super Saiyan 3 GOTENKS, you know, I guess Bropan. Bropan is another character that's on youth and fusion, huh? But, like, those are the only ones. Like, just a couple of those GOTENKS cards and then Bropan. Now, here's the thing. You're just better off going with, like, you know, Bra as a support type unit on this team, you know, the youth. Like, because right now we're on the youth / Dragon Ball Saga team, right? That's essentially going to be the best place for this GOTENKS. All right, so there's TEQ GOTENKS at 2.2 million. That's actually really good on a 12K Super, though. That's quite good. That's not bad. That does go to show that TEQ Super Saiyan 3 GOTENKS. I've found myself not really using him much these days, but he is good there. Now, this TEQ GOTENKS does also stack his attack and defense, which is good. You know, any units that permanently raise attack and defense like that are very helpful. Now, I don't think this GOTENKS is going to be any killer or anything in, like, the Legendary Goku event. But, I mean, I'm thinking about it. I guess he probably would do better in that Legendary Goku event than, like, the physical Super Saiyan GOTENKS who I was bringing, huh? So, I don't know. Maybe there is some use to him, because any units that permanently stack, like, attack or defense now, you gotta give a second look just towards that Legendary Goku event, right? And, like, the rewards are pretty good for that event, right? You're able to get, what, 35 stones and then 35 tickets for that summon banner, where you could potentially get LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So, you know, units like this could be helpful. So, that's good. He does also change AGL orbs to tech. I mean, that's a bit... I mean, that's a bit odd. Just because, like, you would think that this GOTENKS is meant to be used along with Super Saiyan 3 GOTENKS. And, like, you know, you want to keep Super Saiyan 3 GOTENKS' key down. See, that's the other thing, is that this base form GOTENKS, he has Shocking Speed, Fuse Fighter, and Over in a Flash. I'm curious what this attack set will be right here, by the way. Oh, 2.99 on 12 key. Pretty good. I mean, hey, GOTENKS is certainly, like, this base form GOTENKS is certainly looking good, in that he is making the Super Saiyan 3 GOTENKS look quite impressive. That's for damn sure. Like, that's not bad. And, like, that's really all the TEQ GOTENKS is going to add, is to the other GOTENKS's. This guy, this TEQ GOTENKS, I think he would be a lot more relevant if, like, we had a better super... Like, okay, let's say there was an LR Super Saiyan GOTENKS that transformed into Super Saiyan 3 GOTENKS, right? Like, think of the LR Broly that just came out on Global. If instead of Broly, that unit is just Super Saiyan GOTENKS that transforms into Super Saiyan 3 GOTENKS, then all of a sudden it's like, boom, okay. This TEQ GOTENKS probably would be pretty good for that, because on that fusion team, he will still be able to give the 40% to, at the very least, you know, that transforming LR GOTENKS plus also a version of Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks that you would run. By the way, I'm just going to tell y'all now, TEQ Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is solid, but that physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks EZA is going to just blow the TEQ one out of the water, because the TEQ one had negatives built into his card pretty much like anyway. The physical one really doesn't, because his were taken away after people complained on Twitter, so that physical Gotenks EZA is going to be monstrous. But, like, that's the thing. This Gotenks will be a more useful unit when the Gotenks units are a little bit stronger on the fusion category. The other thing, it's going to be a little bit of a buzzkill, too, if, like, eventually we're going to get an LR Gotenks, right? Like, we do have the LR Trunks and Goten, but that's not, like, a Gotenks card, right? They're not in the fusion category, even though they should be. They definitely should be, absolutely. So it's going to be a buzzkill if we get either a transforming Dokkan Fest base form Gotenks or an LR base form Gotenks, because I feel like both are possible, man. Like, you know, we could have a base form Gotenks, transforms Super Saiyan, then active skill goes into Super Saiyan 3 or something like that. I just kind of feel like these are, like, real possibilities for eventually this team. So, like, you know, I really prefer when World Tournament cards are, you know, for things that are a bit more like, dude, like, how about Armor Trunks with the ponytail, the character that is not in Dokkan, and make him a support type unit for, like, I don't know, Hybrid Saiyans or something like that. Maybe he's a support type unit for Hybrid Saiyans and Time Travelers, something like that. Like, we've already got a bunch of base form Gotenks in the game. None of them are really that impressive, but it's not like this guy is the most impressive either, right? Like, they gotta, World Tournament reward cards is where they can kind of fill in some of the gaps, right? For some units that have not made the cut. Like, we don't have a base form Goku in the armor, right? The Saiyan armor that Bulma gives him, like when he's training with Gohan in the time chamber. We don't have that Gohan, like, Super Saiyan in the armor. We don't have that card. We also don't have that Gohan base form in the armor where he has the short hair. Like, we have the long-haired version before he goes Super Saiyan, but we don't have the version after he's gone Super Saiyan, right? Like, there's still those cards. Like, you know, the base form Goku from that era we could get. Like, there's a surprise for a game that's beginning to close in on its 5-year anniversary of, you know, a Dragon Ball game. There's still a lot of holes, man. There's a lot of blanks. And, like, it's like, we don't really need a base form Gotenks right now, because I'm sure that base form Gotenks is going to get a Dokkan Fest or an LR. Like, I'm positive of that, because, you know, Super Saiyan, really, the more I think about it, the more, like, in nowadays Dokkan, I think a lot of the Gotenks cards are really unimpressive. Like, physical Super Saiyan Gotenks was very good back in the day, but he's definitely fallen off a lot nowadays. He's still useful at the ceiling for, like, Super Battle Road, but not having a defensive buff definitely hurts him. The base form Gotenks, we've only got, like, this new one, and then the SCR one, who's solid, I guess. He's okay. He could break up above 1 million attack stat. And then the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenkses are such glass cannons that, you know, they're not really as helpful as you'd like in some of the difficult events, right? So, like, I'm down for, like, a monster, like, you know, 200% attack, 200% defense Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. I think that would be really, really cool. Again, there's still just a lot that needs to be added to Dokkan as we move forward. So, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. I do like... I guess I do like this Gotenks. I mean, I don't know. The more I think about it, like, he will have uses, right? Like, you'll definitely be able to get a little bit of use out of him on the Fusion team. I don't know. What team? Youth or Fusion? He'll probably be solid on both. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess we can go ahead and move into the breakdown here and kind of, like, take a look at this boy and see how solid he is, right? So this is Rushing Onslaught Gotenks. Leader skill is Super Attack P2 and 70% the stats, so nothing crazy there. Super Attack is the Dynamite Kick, which stacks attack and defense and does Supreme. So stacking is always very, very good. His passive skill, Battle Motivation. He changes AGL key spheres to TEQ key spheres, and then he gives Youth category and Fusion category both 20% attack and 10% defense. But again, there's very few units of overlap on those two categories. Very, very few. His links are Saiyan Warrior Race, the Saiyan Lineage, the Innocence, Shocking Speed, Fuse Fighter, and Over in a Flash. because of the fact that he has Over in a Flash, he's not a great linking partner with the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks either, because, you know, any unit that has Fuse Fighter and Over in a Flash will automatically push Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks past 12 keys, so not really that great there. His 12 key multiplier is 140%, which, sure, we'll take that. And then he's on 4 categories: Fusion, Hybrid Saiyan, Bulwark, and Youth. I mean, at the very least, all the Gotenks cards are on all 4 of those, basically, except for the SCR Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks from the Copy Vegeta saga. So, you know, there is that. Let me know what you guys think of him. I still think SCR Goku Black is better, and I'll catch y'all next time.